Okay, so how I know I'm a star seed, part two. Um, and there's some editing going on here to correct the story I told. Um, Fall, winter 2016, I was stressed out beyond belief because I recognized what was at stake here in this country and the planet with humanity and species on planet Earth. If we don't get this election right and elect Bernie Sanders, I mean, to me it was like life or death. So yes, I was stressed out. And they say that extreme stress brings on schizophrenia. I mean, my niece had just passed away. I mean, I had all kinds of stress. Personal and more so political. And it really kicked off in, like, after the elections, November, late November, early December. I felt like I was fighting this fight by myself. I mean, literally Frodo carrying that ring up the mountain, pushing it up. Sisyphus pushing it up because everyone else had quit. No one else sees what I see. We're fucked with Trump. We're fucked with Clinton. The establishment that is destroying this planet is cheating us in this election. So maybe you can get an understanding of where I was at mentally. And I remember I was coming up from San Jose visiting my friend Nikki, driving up the freeway and listening to my songs on my tape deck. And a song came on by Yes, a band that's always spoken to me. And the song, it's a bass, solo rendition of Amazing Grace. And Chris Squire was the bassist. And this bass sound started pumping out of the speakers, and something magical happened to me. I got thrown back into a feeling that I've had before. And it's like, oh shit, this is what life is like. Most of our lives is experienced in a certain way, but there are moments in our life where things become very strange, mechanical. I've sucked into a tractor beam, and there's a panic about it. And I've had that from drug experiences. I've had that from just normal experiences going through life. And I felt like my consciousness was being split, like a kaleidoscope. And I'm slipping down the rabbit hole. And it was panic. And I just breathed, Doug. Yeah, this is it. And I remembered, Doug, you're living a story. Clinton, Trump, all of this is coming to a head, dude. This is your story. You've been here before. And in those days, and reflecting on songs and movies, one of the signs of schizophrenia is you literally feel like you're living like movies. The Matrix, Vanilla Sky, 12 Monkeys, The Truman Show, what else? Alice in Wonderland. And there's a reason why you're feeling that way. Those stories were written for you to guide you through the rite of passage. That was it. And songs by Bob Dylan and Yes and all these bands that I loved. And everything was crashing in on me. Doug, this is your time, dude. You're going to die. And understanding that my time was up, understanding that we are fucked if this country allows Donald Trump and his administration to take power. I took what little money I had, rented a car, and drove from the Bay Area to Los Angeles to try and get a petition in front of someone who could spread it. Some progressive outlet like the Young Turks or someone, Robert Reich, someone. I've reached out to all of them. Bernie's surrogates, all of them. And petition to demand new elections. We got cheated out of Bernie Sanders. If we accept that, then we're going to get cheated again. If you do not stand up and fight when you get cheated, you'll get cheated again, and only more easily. And I'm writing a novel about my experiences and all the strange things. And they call it just a connection to cosmic consciousness. And I remember I'm not just Doug McWilliams, an individual. I am the universe experiencing itself. I am connected to people who lived centuries before, and Bob Dylan, and these storytellers, and that's why we tell stories. And probably the crux of the highlight of my story is after I delivered my letter to try to get it to TYT, dropped it off at their box office, their mailbox on Wilshire, did videos about my whole experience, and thought, okay, I'm dying. I need to go see my parents, have that last conversation. I mean, it's profound. It's an intuition that's so profound, you cannot deny it. And guys, you will get there someday. The universe is going to give you signs. It's your time to go from that reality. And this was December 28th, 2016. And I'm driving up the 5 freeway to try to see my parents, and just knowing, like, I've been here before. Deja vu. Looking at the songs on my iPhone, they're all talking about this transcendence and leaving planet, and Holy Lamb by Yes. And I mean, I'm seriously just stressed out, thinking about the repercussions of allowing Donald Trump, this jackass, idiot, psychopath, to run this country, or Hillary, if we don't fight back. And then Bob Dylan's song, talking World War III blues, all day, it's like resonating in my head, and I know it's a sign. Some time ago, a crazy dream came to me. I dreamt I was walking in World War III. Whole thing started about 3 o'clock fast, was all over about a quarter past 3. Nobles, and it's 3 o'clock. I'm seriously thinking about how screwed we are with Donald Trump. I couldn't get it out of my head. And I said it, this is the correction. Last video I said 3 o'clock. No, it was exactly at 3:15. Out of my left-hand driver's side window, I saw an explosion from the sun. With my naked eye, the sun exploded. And I knew it was a sign. The universe had just tipped its hand to me. And I'm thinking, Doug, you're smart, you can figure this out. Earlier that day, I'd been reading a book about how to slow time. We shall slow time. Reality can bend to our will. And I'm applying this mental technique, and I'm watching that sun get brighter and brighter. And I'm thinking about clues from songs or stories. And again, Bob Dylan, I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day I shall be released. Okay, so my death is imminent, obviously. And then, more than that, Yes, that band again. There was a poem inside the gatefold of Relayer, the album. And it's a very dark, kind of apocalyptic poem. And he says, pears are ripe and peaches falling. Suns are setting in the east. Suns are setting in the east. Things are upside down, backwards, and boom, there it is. Women wail and men are calling to the God that's in them and to the beast. Yes, human psyche has a primitive, negative, selfish, possessive side, and an evolved, divine side of our psyche. And on that album is a song called To Be Over. And the conclusion of that is, after all, your soul will still surrender. After all, don't doubt your part. Be ready to be loved. And I'm trying to marry that with what I know about science. And in those days, I was racking my brain. I mean, what are we as creatures in the universe? Why am I being punished for trying to save this country? Because it was intense, guys. My schizophrenia was intense. Thing after thing. I turn on the TV, boom, 12 monkeys. I talked to an old friend. They're spouting like just dialogue, which is from a movie or a song that I've known for so long. And it was this realization: we evolved from stars. Stars have to die to give life to everything else. A supernova. That's how all the elements that make up our physical universe are created. In the furnace of a star. That star has to die. So, knowing that we evolved from stars, that the stars are our ancestors, and that Einstein fucking proved it, time doesn't pass. In the grand scheme of now, beyond what we perceive with our senses, time does not pass. Which means what? We are stars. We are immortal energy beings. And when you die in one universe, in one reality, you manifest in another. And that's the wormhole. That's the Matrix. That's Alice in Wonderland. And how many times must we hear, it's just a dream? On and on it goes. Endless dream. Yes. And I hope that doesn't scare you. I mean, I left religion a long time ago and questioned the existence of an intelligence of God, because I had some deep questions that no one could answer. But through my experience, my brush with cosmic consciousness, there's no doubt in my mind that there is an intelligent, loving energy, presence that's responsible for all this. And you are loved. You are safe. That said, do not take your days and minutes lackadaisically or without consciousness. Live this day. Say what you gotta say. Express love. Make your difference. Don't wait for permission. And yeah, you can crucify me. I don't fucking care. Kill me. Don't fucking care. Why? Because I love people. And I'm not gonna go to my grave in any reality without speaking my mind. I'm done. Yeah, guys, the hero struggles. The hero dies. Your life is a story. The never-ending story. And I think maybe I'm being too heavy-handed with this information. It's a game. I know it's a game. And I know death is a practical joke. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But if you're watching this video right now, it's because the universe wants you to watch this video. You're meant for it. And some people talk about that. If you're watching this now, it's not by accident. There are no accidents in life. And I guess that's it. When you understand that we evolved from stars, that there's an energy beyond your physical makeup, what you think you are, you're made of energy, and that energy is light, because it came from a fucking star. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's always there, it's always been there. Reincarnation, absolutely. There's a veil of forgetfulness. If you're gonna come play this game again, then you agree to forget what you are. You want to find God, look in the mirror. I guess that's it. So, after that experience, I'm seeing the star explode. I go looking up. Certainly, other people have witnessed this. Okay, and then you go understand that in ancient times, they worshipped Horus and Ra and Hermes, the star. I'm sorry, the sun god. And it's just the same story over and over again. There's a reason we tell stories. There's a reason I'm writing my novel, to put my take on the same freaking story. It's been told throughout the centuries and eons. Comments, questions, I'll try to get to. Wish you well. Bye.